Hirono is with us by video conference.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, ma'am.
This pandemic is far from over, clearly because our committee is taking appropriate precautions and having this hearing. So nobody is talking about not wanting to do our jobs. We do object to the subject of this hearing because rather than dealing with issues that have to do with the pandemic and the crisis, healthcare crisis facing our country, we are having a hearing for a nominee whose seat, the seat that he would want to occupy, is not even open until September. So this committee's priority in pushing through as many far-right, ideologically driven nominees as possible for lifetime appointments to the court continues with this hearing. I have a few questions for this nominee. I'll start with the two basic questions I always ask, and I just wanted for the record. Judge Walker, since you became a legal adult, have you ever made unwanted requests for sexual favors or committed any verbal or physical harassment or assault of a sexual nature?
No, Senator.
Have you ever faced discipline or entered into a settlement related to this kind of conduct?
No, Senator.
In July 2018, the Baltimore Post-Examiner reported that you advocated for then Judge Kavanaugh to be a Supreme Court justice, arguing that he would, quote, shift the court dramatically to the right, end quote. You said, again, I quote, this is a conservative revolution as big as the Reagan Revolution. Issues like affirmative action, school prayer, gun rights, and abortion will see drastic changes. I predict an end to affirmative action, an end to successful litigation about religious displays and prayers, an end to bans on semi-automatic rifles, and an end to almost all judicial decisions allowing abortion. Basically, that's what you meant. So go on to quote you, this change will give Donald Trump the most conservative judicial legacy of any Republican in history by far, end quote. Do you consider yourself part of this conservative revolution?
Senator, the remarks that I made before I became a judge in the summer of 2018 were meant to be descriptive of Justice Kavanaugh's jurisprudence and predictive of what kind of Supreme Court justice he would be. And I think that my descriptions and predictions were consistent.
Judge Walker, you're not answering my question. You know, you framed this as the most conservative judicial legacy of any Republican in history by far, talking about a conservative revolution. And my question is, do you consider yourself part of this conservative revolution? Yes or no? You don't need to go into a big explanation.
And Senator, as a sitting judge and as a judicial nominee, it's not appropriate. In fact, I'm prohibited from the canons of judicial ethics from commenting on politics or matters of public concern. The predictions I made about Justice Kavanaugh were, I think, consistent with similar predictions that people left, right, and center
Walker,
were
you're
making.
reiterating. It is very clear you don't want to answer the question. I think we can draw our own conclusions by the statements you've made, the writings you've made, the many, many TV appearances you've made in support of the kind of conservative judge that Justice Kavanaugh is. Next question. As a judge, would you agree that it is important to get all the relevant facts before making a decision?
Senator, it's certainly important for a judge to consider all facts that are in the record before making a decision.
Oh, well, sometimes a judge doesn't allow the record to be complete. So I would say that your answer must be yes, that a judge should consider facts. And to get those facts, would you agree that it is important to hear from all of the parties in a case?
Senator, certainly it's my preference as a judge, when time allows, to consider all adversarial briefing and to have hearings, as I often do. There are rare occasions when there is imminent, irreparable injury to a plaintiff and judges.
Let me get to the, excuse me, Judge Walker, let me get to the crux of this matter, because while it is very important for a judge to hear from all parties in a case, that is not what you did in the case On Fire Christian Center. You deliberately excluded one side. You issued a TRO against the city without providing the city notice of the case or an opportunity to present the facts. And according to local news reports, The city tried to contact the court twice, contact you twice, but was unsuccessful. You say that there was an exigency, there was no time, and yet you had time to write a 20-page opinion on your TRO with 84 footnotes. It is not credible to me that you didn't have time to give the city an opportunity to present the facts, and they tried. That shows me how important facts are to you as a judge. My time is up.
Chairman, may I quickly answer?
Very quickly.
Senator Hirono, the mayor's lawyers confirmed at a hearing a couple days after the TRO that the mayor was mistaken when he said that he had tried to contact the court. At no point did the mayor or his attorneys or any representatives from his office make any effort to contact the court.
All right,
I don't
reclaiming
accuse the
my
mayor
time
of
then,
being
just,
misleading on purpose.
excuse
We all
me,
make
Judge Walker,
mistakes.
just for the record, it is very clear that you made a decision based on the one-sided argument that the mayor had prohibited in-person attendance at the church, and the mayor did not. He strongly suggested such a thing, and you would have known that if you had heard from them. It doesn't matter to me that they tried to contact you. Obviously, you didn't let them know that you were about to decide on this case. It was totally ex parte. That is how important all the facts in a case are to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Senator Kennedy.